Going to talk about rifle actions in relationship to accuracy. There are a lot of choices out here to do with rifle actions. Whether it's an action from an existing rifle or whether it's actions being made today. Basic footprint 700. Footprint being the hole spacing fit in a 700 Remington stock. Now, right at precision again. Quite a number of years ago, bench press shooter by the name of Jim Borden realized there were some improvements to be made in rifle actions. And it paralleled about the same time that I saw the same thing, and I'm talking about 40 some odd years ago. Over 45 years ago. Rifle actions, as I say, there's a lot of choices. Now we're going to start with what we had back that many years ago, and we're going to come forward. There were various ones of us building precision match accuracy rifles. I'm talking about long range 1,000-yard rifles and things. Highly accurate bench rest cartridges. That we figured out, not only myself but other gunsmiths, that a bolt that fit sloppy in an action was not going to give you the accuracy from a bolt that fit very closely in an action. Way back when, at that point in time, there were various ones of us that were taking Remington 700 actions, and we were sleeving. We're putting a sleeve, small sleeve, on the bolt, about 1/2 of an inch ahead of the bolt handle on the bolt body, and another one just about 1/4 of an inch back or so from the locking area. This allowed the two-piece sleeve that was made and soldered onto the bolt, then machined. When you inserted the bolt into the action, that there was absolutely no fore or aft play in the bolt. Now this fore and aft play is pretty important. I've talked before in my videos about centering cases in chambers. A properly sized case fired in a rifle, put back into a rifle that fits snugly in a bolt that has absolutely no play. It should be very obvious that that rifle, everything else considered to be equal, that rifle should be more accurate than one that had a sloppy bolt. Reason being, when the firing pin hits that primer, that bolt doesn't have to go like this, straighten itself out in the receiver to, once that case expands to fit the chamber. It doesn't have to do that sort of thing because it's already centered up. If it's not centered up and it's got play, it's going to create that disturbance in the firing of the rifle, and it's going to have a downrange effect on the accuracy of the rifle. Now there are many people out here making nice actions to the Remington 700 footprint. But the man that got it right from the very start, Jim Borden, his machining process allows the bolt, when it's closed and fully in battery, to be absolutely free of any fore or aft movement. So the bolt does not have to straighten up. The bolt snugs up in the receiver and is lined up perfectly, centered. So when the rifle goes off, the bolt is lined up with the center line of the action, the center line of the barrel, the whole works to give you repeatable accuracy. And I have proven long ago when we first started doing these things, and the fact that I build rifles, Jim Borden's actions, because there's none better made by anybody, irregardless of where it comes from, to do with precision than these actions from Jim. He understood the situation. He was a bench rest shooter. He was a competitor, and he's never lost that edge. And he's a great guy. Knows what he's doing. Got a lot of other people out here, great guys, making great actions, but nobody's making the actions of the precision. Oh yeah, they're beautiful, they're fine, but they don't have the fit. Do not have the fit in the receiver. Bolt doesn't have the fit in the receiver that the bolt does on the Borden action. Now this is how I get the edge. And here's where the difference is. A normal action, I don't care whether it's just an everyday Remington 700 that's been trued properly, that's only part of it. Truing that action only helps in some area, but it doesn't tighten up the bolt. There are aftermarket bolts that are sold to be able to fit 700 actions that are going to give you a much closer fit in the receiver than what most of the 700 bolts. To be honest with you, most of the actions coming out here from various other custom manufacturers don't fit particularly any closer in the receiver than the average Remington. Some of them fit closer in the Remington, some of them fit closer from others to do with these custom actions, but as a rule, you know, anything that's workable has got to have some kind of tolerance. And the difference being, I'm talking about real precision match accuracy. If we really want to measure this, the real difference is a rifle that shoots, say, a 1/2 or 5-inch group, or a rifle that shoots sub-quarter of a minute of angle groups. This is where the difference comes in. I don't think that it's necessary to have a 1/4 of a minute of angle rifle or your everyday 300 Winchester Magnum or anything else from a hunting standpoint. I'm talking about true precision, match accuracy, period. Now, a 1/2 of an inch or right around that area is, of course, been with me for years, an entirely acceptable situation to do with accuracy from a hunting rifle. So this is an area that somebody just doesn't seem to touch on. They don't seem to understand. And most of the actions out there, I can build a rifle equally accurate from one action to the next action, even just factory actions taken off of a factory rifle built by various different manufacturers as one of these other actions. Machining aspect, some of the trickery to do with the machining and one thing and another has some appeal, some appeal, and so forth over maybe some of these regular off the shelf factory rifle actions. So these are how we get to some of these areas here, precision and accuracy. Just that there are certain people out here who've done some of these things because they understand it. They went the extra mile. They'd be able to give us what we need in the area of precision.